We are coming up to a red light. I just realized my air freshener's on. So dangling from my mirror here, I've got my air freshener, which is a Dimmer and Trent Cotchin holding up the 2019 Premiership. My wife got it for me for Father's Day, and obviously I just have to take it down every time I do the video, but I forgot to before I pressed the start because I was just excited because I was getting up to a red light. And that's how I've decided to start the video. Welcome back to Albert. So my name's Adam, and today we're going to be doing a day 3, that's a 2, day 3 of our daily videos as we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And of course, I'm back in the car, which means while on the road to 2,000 subscribers, I'm also on the road to work. It is about 7:30 a.m. And I'm traveling through my streets that I got to get to get to my place of work. I'm a school teacher for anyone who cares. Today is going to just be a bit of a preview. Today's going to be my preview video for the Ashes that start today, which is very, very exciting. I thought I was going to do something different, then I realized, oh wait, the Ashes start today. Let's talk about my thoughts on the series, on Test 1, and what's been going on in international Australian Test cricket, which we've had another scandal and bits and pieces and all that sort of silly stuff going on again, with players just doing silly, silly things. That guy's speeding. Did you see how fast that little van was going? I'm going the speed limit. He's just going way too quick. All right. Yes, Ashes start today, which is very, very exciting. I love Test cricket. Test cricket for me is the purest, most enjoyable form of cricket. I grew up on Test cricket. I love Test cricket. I watched Test cricket all the time when I was a kid, and to me, summer is like Test cricket. Like sitting down, laying on the couch, got a nice cold drink, you know, maybe Coca-Cola or, you know, water, even just ice water. I was a big fan of ice water. Man, I'm just realizing the sun's like behind me now, and I'm in complete darkness. Oh, well, but I'm up to a red light, so we're going to stop here. Yes, summer to me is Test cricket. I absolutely love Test cricket. BBL's fun, one day's great, T20s, all that sort of stuff is fantastic. However, for me, Test cricket is the one, and even better is the Test series for Australia this summer is, of course, the Ashes. We've got England versus Australia, which just anyone who knows Australian cricket knows how important the Ashes are to this country, how important it is to our nation, and how brilliant and some wonderful Test matches we've had in the past. Like I grew up watching Australia versus England, and you know Shane Warne, you know that ball to Mike Gatting. I was watching that live. I watched that live and went, "What in the world? How? What?" Bowled around the legs, like. Mike Gatting looked completely and utterly bamboozled. I was equally bamboozled. So getting to watch Shane Warne, watching his hat trick, against England as well. Man, Shane Warne, he was just the absolute best. He's my favorite bowler I've ever watched in cricket history. He's my favorite bowler, which is strange because normally I enjoy watching the paceman. Yeah, the Shane Warne was it's artistry. It was absolute artistry to watch. I'm going to change lanes here and get out behind this giant truck who's trying to get up a hill. There we go. Anyway, so it is starting. The Ashes are starting at the Gabba in Brisbane today, which is very, very exciting. We've got it's actually a bit of forecast for some rain, which is unusual for Brisbane, I guess. They're normally quite the sunshiny place, right? So hopefully we don't get it. It looks like I think they were saying that could be a bit of rain on the third day. So hopefully we just lose a little bit of Test match there, but we still have enough to get through all the way through to the to get a result. We'll see how that goes. Which means it's probably going to be a damp, moist pitch. Bit of green is going to come through it, you know. So it's probably going to be looking for those seamers and spinners, particularly Nathan Lyon. I think is going to should have a bit of a field day, trying to spin it around the English, trying to spin it through those English defence. The batsman, a good batsman to spin bowling, can probably have a good time there as well, because the pace is just not going to be as important. Seam bowling is probably going to, trying to hit those green patches and to get the ball moving and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's sort of the pitch. We have got Pat Cummins stepping up for the very first time, which is so exciting, as Australian captain. Tim Payne, a bit of controversy recently, and he's stepped down from the team and stepped down from the captaincy, which is can Australian cricket just not have a scandal for a couple of years? Is that physically possible? Hey, check it out. See the guy behind me, there's the sun bouncing off his roof and hitting my mirror, and now it looks like I've got a mask on. It's pretty cool. These are the things you just don't realize until you take a video of yourself as you drive to work. A bit of controversy. So I'm very excited about Pat Cummins stepping up as captain. You don't often have a fast bowler as captain, or generally it's because they sort of, fast bowlers are very much so, they got to be in their own head. Like they've got to be amping themselves up, and when they're not bowling and they're having a bit of a spell, they're generally sitting down in fine leg. When they're not bowling down the other end, they're generally they're sitting down on fine leg and having a bit of a rest, so they're sort of out of the action to conserve energy. So I think it's been a very strategic placement for Australia to also name Steve Smith as the vice. I think Steve Smith is gonna carry a lot of the captaining on the field, especially when Pat Cummins is bowling, because that's he's going to be focusing on bowling. And then you got Steve Smith who'll be able to do field changes and noticing little bits and pieces from the batsman, or techniques and stuff like that to help the bowlers out and help field changing and stuff like that. So honestly, I feel like Steve Smith is basically still captain, and Pat Cummins is just there by name because we know he's a good guy, he's a straight laced, and we're not going to have any scandals about him. He's not going to be the one tampering with balls or sending inappropriate pitches and things to other people. So fingers crossed. Anyway, Pat Cummins doesn't let me down, because he is my favourite Australian fast bowler. He's my favourite Australian bowler, not just fast bowler, to tell you the truth. So I'm looking forward to see how he goes this summer. I think he's an absolute gun. Just consistency is incredible on that one. Coming up to another red light. Somebody was turning there, which is why I had to stop. So yeah, that's sort of my take on the captaincy, things like that. This test season, Ashes, as far as the entire series goes, I don't think England is good enough to beat us. I think while we've had some scandals and things like that happening, Australia's coming off a T20 World Cup win. They're on that high. They're a strong unit. Scandal and controversy, stuff like that, often brings players closer together. And I think the players that are still there are going to be getting behind Pat Cummins, because I think that he's much loved in the Australian team. He's a workhorse. And I think they're going to band together to really make this Test series a great one for Australia. So I don't know if England can beat us. I think Australia's going to win the series. However, I reckon England's not as bad as a team as they used to be back in the day. They've got some really great players. I think Richardson's a great bowler. He's a gun, and I think he's going to cause a bit of chaos for Australia. But I would say, if I had to have a guess, I would say Australia wins the series 3-1. That's my prediction. Australia wins the series 3-1. So Australia win 3 of them. England gets 1, and we'll have a washout for one of them at some point, because we generally always have one that doesn't get. And that could very well be the Gabba based on the weather, so we'll see how they go. But Test cricket is back. It's very, very exciting. We love Test cricket in Australia. I love Test cricket. People have been asking about the cricket cards as well. Yes, I'm going to be doing cricket cards, but there's been a bit of delay, I assume COVID related, of actually coming out. They were supposed to be out at the end of November, so a few weeks ago, but they just haven't arrived, or they haven't got here, so I'm going to keep trying to hunt those down. So keep an eye on the channel if you are interested in the cricket cards. I'm about to turn around the corner near La Trobe University. I'm just going to make sure I'm safe on this one. There we go. Gone past Melbourne Polytechnic. This is the road that I started my last video on. So, hey, look, the sun's back on me. I think it's better. Is it better with the sun on the side or behind? I have no idea. All right, but I think that's pretty much all I really want to talk about. But yeah, enjoy the test, enjoy the series, enjoy the Ashes if you are that way inclined. My wife is not, so I'm going to have to try to get to watch as much as I possibly can. She can put up with footy. Like, my wife can put up with footy. It's one game a week, that I have to watch. The Richmond game, obviously, I have to watch, and apart from the last couple of seasons, most of the time I'm at the game, so she doesn't have to watch the game. But cricket, however, is obviously a much harder slog for someone who doesn't care, especially Test cricket. You're looking at an all-day worth of slow-paced action. And I totally get why people don't enjoy Test cricket. I totally understand that. I totally get that. And unless you were brought up on it, it's BBL's much better. I can convince her to watch a BBL match because it's a bit more fast-paced. But the Test cricket, that's a tough sell to her. So I'm gonna watch as much as I possibly can. At school at lunchtime recess, I'll have the tests on the background so I can do a little bit of work, have my lunch, and watch some cricket as well. A couple of my mates from the teaching crew will come and watch it as well, which will be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And we are nearly a 10-minute video. This is a long one. I'm sorry, guys. So I guess I'll go to the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, please make sure you like and comment down below if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet. This is the reason I'm doing these daily videos, is so I can try to get to 2,000 subscribers by December 31st, 2021. But apart from all that, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're staying safe, staying healthy, being amazing. And as always, I will take my eyes off the road so I can look at you as I say it. See you in the next one, which is tomorrow. Now, eyes on the road, and let's be safe. So, guys, enjoy the cricket.